Well, here we are on the Kress stand. I'm joined by Product Director Jim Kirkwood. Jim, good to see you again. Kress, when we first spoke a year or so ago, relatively new brand into the market here in the UK. Not so new now. Are things going the way you expected? Are you kind of getting the establishment that you hoped for?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think in terms of both the dealers, but if you look at the range as well, what we had when we first spoke, it was a much more condensed range. Yeah. It was our first foray into kind of commercial tools. Now we've launched the other products we talked about. We kind of thought we'd have pole products, we'd have kind of extension in our chainsaws. Who would we target? Not just landscapers, but arborists and everything else. We now have that. We knew we had the battery technology. We knew we had something where you could charge a battery in 8 minutes, which is completely unlike anyone else in the industry. But we've now adapted. How do we then suit that to different size crews? Do people want to split off and to not just like 2-man, 3-mans in one truck? How do we go off in different groups? We have a technology here, I guess, in terms of new for 2024 and 2025 is what we call CyberTank Lite. So this means you've now got an ability to use a larger backpack battery to charge small batteries.
Right, okay.
So it means similar system. You're charging the smaller 4-amp batteries in 12 minutes. Still quicker than anything else out there, but you're using a backpack to do that. So one backpack can charge 6 of these.
So just for those people that haven't been aware, what makes your battery technology different and able to take that charge so quickly?
So it's a lithium-based battery, but it has new technology. It's ultra-low resistance, I guess is the easiest way, so you don't get heat build-up. That allows us to put more energy through the battery, which means we can charge it quicker. So similar to what we're seeing in some of the car industry with electric vehicles, but taking it on a step, because electric vehicles don't need to operate in the same sort of way. We need the battery to be full, empty it as quickly as you can, charge it as quickly as you can, whereas cars don't tend to work in that way. They're somewhere in between.
And in terms of the life cycle of the battery, I'm not talking about the charge to empty, do they last as long, or have they kind of got a shorter kind of lifespan?
We give you an 8-year warranty on all of the battery technology, whether it's the charges or it's the battery itself. We give you 5 years on the tools, but 8 years on the batteries, and that's a minimum of 3,000 recharge cycles.
And are you using that power in there quicker than you would do other batteries?
No, so I guess in terms of how they should last. It's 4 amp hour. It's 4 amp hour. It should last as long as a 4 amp hour battery. And we've got the 11 amp hour for large backpacks. We've got 1.5 kilowatt, and we've got other batteries of other sizes.
So there's no difference apart from you can charge it very quickly.
Yes, and also the energy release. So this will release more energy than other batteries on the market. We've got a peak of 6.5 kilowatts, which is way above where our competitors are.
So you've got this new piece of kit.
Yep.
Part of your whole kind of message is getting the tools out there in the workplace and how you do that. Do you want to show some examples of maybe some setups?
So I guess we took the advantage this time of trying to represent what it is people are using in the marketplace. So we've got a couple of setups here that gives a bit of representation. We've got one here, it's trailer mounted, but it gives you good visibility of kind of how to put the machines on, how do we envisage the system with the batteries and the charger on the back of a trailer. This would be kind of representative of a regular 2-man crew. So the pole product sitting on here, it's external. For UK market, we probably have this enclosed. Yeah. Weather, safety, theft all the things we consider, but here's a good representation. And this is what you see often in North America. This is kind of really common with a twin cab that lots of them have. But then you scale this from using the big CyberTank to charge to something much smaller here. So we got a utility vehicle, which could be anything represented on a large estate, a golf course, around football clubs and everything else, where crews might go out to use a lawnmower, any of the pole products, but also has the CyberTank Lite in the back of it. So that means these guys could go out with one large battery and the ability to kind of have 8 charges of a smaller battery, which means you can use a grass. This is a whole day's work for someone just using grass trimmers and hedge trimmers.
You normally have something up your sleeve that's coming now. You've showed us the CyberTank. Is there anything else that you can tell us is on the way, or do we have to watch the space?
I guess in terms of watch this space, but I guess around sports turf, what we're doing with sports clubs, whether it be golf, whether it be football, rugby, cricket, yes, there's lots of focus in those areas. We have that as a chunk, and then we've got arborists would be a big focus. We've got some new saws imminent to be launched now, actually. So we've got a 2.5 kilowatt chainsaw, there's a 3.5 kilowatt chainsaw. That'll change how we can focus on a different part of the industry.
Jim, it's always good to come on this one. I think the look of these things is quite kind of modern as well. It's taking it in a different direction, and we'll hopefully catch up with you fairly soon. You'll probably have something else to show us, won't you?
No problem at all. Absolutely. Good to see you.
And you, Jim.
Thank you.